Theodorus Rex here, and I'm here to review Milo's A Dangerous book. Let me start by saying I don't identify as a conservative, more of a libertarian, and before it gets you triggered, and also that I understand that Milo is a polarizing character, much like our dear President Trump. Ironically, it was the Antifa crowd that gave Milo his popularity. I had never heard of him until I saw him on Fox News after the Berkeley episode. This book is sassy, smart, insightful, full of interesting facts. There's some hostility, some peace and love. You won't find any political correctness, but that makes it even more alluring at times. It dares you to have the audacity to think for yourself. I believe it was Deepak Chopra that said, "Only by questioning what we hold to be true and dear to our heart can we break through the hypnosis of social conditioning." One thing this book excels at is exposing the dark little secrets of the social justice warriors, Black Lives Matter crowd, Antifa, and so on. Even though I don't always agree with what Milo asserts, it's hard not to have his back when the issue of free speech is at hand. Free speech is the very thing that separates us from ISIS. Everyone is granted the freedom of speech and assembly by the First Amendment, regardless of the topic or who it might offend. Milo has done his homework, and there are a lot of facts in this book that are very difficult to dispute. It appears that they have merit. I personally like to consider myself a skeptic, and I like to scrutinize the details of anything, especially ideologies. For instance, the first one that comes to mind as of late is Islam, which Milo covers at length in the book. And here's what we know about Islam. Just some of the small details. Everywhere we find Islam, we find women oppressed, and often we find homosexuals thrown off of buildings for the crime of being homosexuality. And I won't even get started on the human rights, democracy, and the area of free speech. Muslims tend to get a proverbial free pass from the left on this oppression due to the fact, under the guise of multiculturalism, I should say. Under that transcript, everything else in the hierarchy of the left's agenda, everything falls below multiculturalism. The second you begin to scrutinize these factual arguments or the ideology of Islam or almost any other religion for that matter, once you've evacuated the zone of imposed thought and behavior, you're quickly labeled a racist and you are dangerous. The more you look into any religion, the more disturbing the details. Now box that up and mail it to your brain. I enjoyed reading the book, even though I do realize it's a little bit fluff like Bravo TV. It's a guilty pleasure. I mean, I like to read serious political books, biographies, a lot of nonfiction, almost anything nonfiction I like to do. I want to do a review on Michael Crichton's travels here soon. Another nonfiction book that is stellar and excellent. I think you'll find if you give this book a chance that it's not really that dangerous. And really, at the end of the day, these are ideas, people. They're just ideas. Free speech. This is what separates us from the bad guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm going to be doing some more, maybe on some books, maybe on some CDs. Over and out.
Did you really want America to look like Merkel's Germany?